And these are examples of...
Boys and girls, welcome to another wonderful class. This is Mr. Darius Daka. Okay, today in SS, we are going to look at how the Luvale tribe used to live. Today in SS, we are going to look at how the Luvale tribe used to live. So boys and girls, if you have got questions, you are free to participate by SMSing, okay, or using the line 0970-703139. You can use the line 0970-703139. Okay, our GMF online classes are on Facebook, so please, boys and girls, you are free to participate. Okay, you are free to participate by contacting the lines on the screen. Okay, so boys and girls, before we go to today's lesson, let's look at what we discussed yesterday. So yesterday, boys and girls, we looked at the how the Tonga tribe used to live. We looked at how the Tonga tribe used to live. Okay, so boys and girls, yesterday I said that just like any other tribe from the Bantu speaking people, the Tongas, even the Tongas is the same way. Okay, they came from Congo DR, okay, and they settled on the southern part of Zambia. They settled on the southern part of Zambia. And then I also said that the Tongas, the word Tonga comes from the Shona word, which means independent. The word Tonga comes from a Shona word, which means independent. Okay, so yesterday I also said that there are two types of Tongas. Okay, they are what are known as the Plateau Tonga and the Valley Tonga. They are what are known as the Plateau Tonga and the Valley Tongas. Okay, so boys and girls, yesterday again we said that the Tongas believe in a god called Nyami Nyami. The Tongas believe in a god called Nyami Nyami. This is the Zambezi snake spirit. This is the Zambezi snake spirit. And then yesterday, boys and girls, we also said that the Nyami Nyami is believed to protect the Tonga. Okay, it protects the Tonga and gives them strength in difficult times. It protects the Tonga and gives them strength in difficult times. All right, so yesterday, boys and girls, we also said that the Tonga people celebrate a ceremony called the Luindi ceremony. They celebrate a ceremony called the Luindi ceremony to honor the spirits of the ancestors, okay? To honor the spirits of the ancestors. So, boys and girls, let's go to today's lesson. So, like I said earlier on, today we are looking at how the Luvale tribe used to live. We are looking at how the Luvale tribe used to live. So, just like any other tribe, boys and girls, the Luvale people are part of the Bantu people that migrated from Cameroon to the Great Lakes areas and southern Africa. Okay, so the Luvale people migrated from Cameroon. Okay, they migrated from Cameroon. Okay, they migrated from Cameroon. The Luvale people of Zambia live mainly in the northwestern province. They live mainly in the northwestern province. Okay, that's where they settled. They live mainly in the northwestern province. So the Luvales were one of the most fearsome tribes from 1830 to 1907. Okay, they were the most fearsome tribe from 1830 to 1907. Okay, they were the most fearsome tribe from 1830 to 1907. All right, so boys and girls, let's look at how they survived economically. Let's look at how they survived economically. Right? Let's look at how they survived economically. The Luvale tribe raided their neighbors and stole people to sell as slaves to the Portuguese. Okay? They raided their neighbors to sell people as slaves to the Portuguese. Okay, they raided their neighbors to sell people as slaves to the Portuguese. Okay, the people were traded for guns, cloth, beads, and other goods. The people were traded for guns, cloth, and beads, for other goods. Right, boys and girls, I'll explain the notes. All right, so the Luvale were also excellent fishermen. Okay, they were excellent fishermen. Okay, they were excellent fishermen and traded dried fish to their eastern neighbors in present-day Copperbelt province. So let's look at their culture. Okay, we look at their culture. Okay, so the Luvale recognize an ancient tradition of God. Okay, they recognize an ancient traditional God, okay, of creation and supreme power, okay, called Kalunga. Okay, they recognize an ancient traditional God of creation and supreme power called Kalunga. They believe that Kalunga has power above every other God. They believe that Kalunga has power above every other God. Okay? He is seen as the God of the sky and rules over the spirits of both the living and the dead. So he is seen as the God of the sky and rules over the spirits of the living and the dead. Okay? Okay, so they worship Kalunga, who blesses the good and punishes the bad. Okay? They worship Kalonga, who blesses the good and punishes the bad. Okay, who blesses the good and punishes the bad. Okay, so let's look at their political, okay, how did they interacted politically. Okay, so the Luvale do not recognize a paramount chief, but instead offer faithfulness to local chief. Okay, they don't recognize a paramount chief, but offer faithfulness to local chiefs. All right, so who inherit their positions from an uncle on the mother's side of their family. Okay, so the chiefs of Mwananganga, okay, the chiefs of Mwananganga consult with a committee of elders and ritual specialists before making decisions. Okay, so the chiefs or Mwananganga, okay, consults with a committee before making decisions. All right, they consult before making decisions. Okay, villages are divided into sections which are governed by family headmen. All members of Luvale society are divided into categories, namely people who are descended from the founding line of uncles of the mother's side of the family and those who descended from the former slave populations. So the Luvales are divided into two groups. Okay, they're divided into two groups, namely people who are descended from the founding line of uncles, namely people who descended from the founding line of uncles, okay, and those who descended from the former slave populations, and those who descended from the former slave populations. All right, so that's their political boys and girls. So boys and girls, if you have got questions, you can SMS me using the line 0970-703139, 0970-703139. So boys and girls, let me explain the notes that I've just written on the board. Okay, so boys and girls, if this is when you are just joining us, we are looking at how the Luvale tribe used to live. We are looking at how the Luvale tribe used to live. So boys and girls, you must understand that just like any other tribe, okay, just like any other speaking tribe, just like any other Bantu speaking tribe, even the Luvale, they came from West Africa, okay, into the Congo DR. Then from there they proceeded to the northwestern province. Okay, so boys and girls, it is believed that the Luvale people were the most fearsome tribe from 1830 to 1907. Why were they the most fearsome tribes? It's because the Luvale people traded for guns. They traded for guns, and this made them to be more powerful. Okay, so their neighbors were not using guns, of which in their case they were using guns. So that made the Luvale people become more powerful. Okay, and that made them to become the most fearsome tribe from 1830 to 1907. Let's look at how they survived economically. They raided their neighbors to sell as slaves to the Portuguese. They raided their neighbors to sell as slaves to the Portuguese. So boys and girls, as we've just seen from the earlier explanation to say, the Luvales were the most fearsome tribes, okay? They were the most fearsome tribe, and this made them to raid their neighbors, okay? This made them to fight their neighbors, and then they grabbed people from their neighbors as slaves and sold them as slaves to the Portuguese, okay? So the people were traded for guns, clothes, beads, and other goods. You must understand, boys and girls, that the Luvales wanted exchange for other goods from the Portuguese. So they had to sell their slaves, okay? They had to sell the slaves in exchange for guns, clothes, and beads, even for other goods, okay? So boys and girls, you must also understand that the Luvales were excellent fishermen. They were excellent fishermen. Let's look at their culture, okay? So boys and girls, the Luvale speaking people recognize an ancient traditional god of creation and supreme power called Kalunga. They recognize an ancient traditional god of creation and supreme power called Kalunga. Okay, so the Luvales believe that Kalunga has power above every other god. They believe that Kalunga has power above every other god. He is seen, okay? He is seen as the god of the sky. He is seen as the god of the sky and rules over the spirits of the living and the dead. He is seen as the god of the sky and rules over the spirits of the living and the dead. They worship Kalunga, who blesses the good and punishes the bad. So boys and girls, you must understand that the supreme god for Luvales is called Kalunga. He is called Kalunga. And they believe to say, once someone does something good, Kalunga blesses that person. If someone does something bad, Kalunga punishes that person. Okay, let's look at their political, how did they survive politically? They don't recognize a paramount chief. So boys and girls, like some other tribes who have paramount chiefs, for the Luvale people, they don't have a paramount chief, but they offer faithfulness to local chiefs. They offer faithfulness to local chiefs. So the chiefs, who are called Mwananganga, consult with a committee before making decisions. They consult with a committee before making decisions. The Luvales are divided into two groups, okay? The Luvales are divided into two groups, namely people who descended from the founding line of uncles and those who descended from the former slave population. So boys and girls, you must also understand that the Luvales believe in what is known as the matrilineal system. They believe in what is known as the matrilineal system, meaning that inheritance comes from the mother's side of the family. Inheritance comes from the mother's side of the family. So that's it, boys and girls, for how the Luvale people used to live. Okay, how the Luvale speaking people used to live. So if you have got any questions, you can SMS me on 0970-703139. You can SMS me on 0970-703139. All right, so if you are done, boys and girls, let's go to another topic for today. We are going to look at the people of Zambia. We are going to look at the people of Zambia. I believe you are done copying this side and you can rub. Alright, so if you have got questions, you are free to ask. Okay, where I haven't understood, I'll be able to explain to you. Okay, so our next topic is the people of Zambia. The people of Zambia. Okay. All right, so boys and girls, our topic is the people of Zambia. So boys and girls, you must understand that the people of Zambia came from different areas, okay? They came from different places. For example, some came from Malawi, Angola, Tanzania, South Africa, and Zaire. Some came from Malawi, Angola, Tanzania, South Africa, and Zaire. Later on, people came to Zambia from Europe, and even later on from India and China. Okay, so today, boys and girls, if you look at the population of Zambia, we see a mixed group of people. Okay, we can see the Chinese, we can see the Indians, we can see the Americans, even others who came from Congo DR. Okay, others they came from South Africa. So we have got different people in our country today. Okay. So, boys and girls, our today's population is about 18 million. Okay, our today's population is about 18 million. All right. So, boys and girls, in our today's lesson, we are looking at keywords. Okay, the keyword that we are going to look at today is population density. Okay, population density. What is population density, boys and girls? Population density is the total number of people per square kilometer. The total number of people per square kilometer. So population density is the total number of people per square kilometer. So boys and girls, earlier on I said that people of Zambia came from different places. People of Zambia came from different places. Okay, they came from different places. Some came from South Africa, such as the Ngoni speaking people. Okay, they came from South Africa. Okay, some or others came from Zaire, okay, Malawi, and Tanzania. Okay, so these are some of the places where the Zambian people came from. Okay, others came from India and America. Okay, so boys and girls, you can name some of the places where the Zambian people came from today. Okay, you can name some of the places where the Zambian people came from. The SMS line that you are using, boys and girls, is 0970-703139. Okay, so boys and girls, I've said population density is the total number of people per square kilometer. Okay, so meaning that we are looking at the population distribution and languages of Zambia. Population distribution and languages of Zambia. All right, so boys and girls, most of these people, the Zambian people, are found along the line of rail. Okay, most of the Zambian people are found along the line of rail. Okay, most of the Zambian people are found along the line of rail. Okay, and there are reasons as to why they are found along the line of rail. You can SMS me and give me the reasons as to why most of the Zambian people are found along the line of rail. Okay, most others are found in Lusaka. Okay, you can just say most of them are found in Lusaka and the Copper Belt. Okay, they are found in Lusaka and the Copper Belt, and there are reasons why most of the people are found in Lusaka and the Copper Belt. Okay, so boys and girls, you must also understand that English is our official language. English is our official language. Okay, English is our official language. All right, use another marker. English is our official language, and then other main languages are Bemba, okay, Chewa. Under Chewa we can we can even include Nyanja there because it's the one which is widely spoken. Then we have got apart from Bemba, Chewa, we have got Lozi, Lunda. Okay, so we've got Lozi, Lunda, Kaonde, and Luvali. Okay, so boys and girls, you must also understand that we have got over 72 ethnic groups. Zambia has over 72 ethnic groups. Okay, it has over 72 ethnic groups. Okay, All right, so boys and girls, let me explain on the few notes that I've written on the board. So boys and girls, we've said population density is the total number of people per square kilometer. Population density is the total number of people per square kilometer. So boys and girls, we've also said that people of Zambia came from different places. People of Zambia came from different places. Some came from South Africa, others came from Zaire, others came from Malawi, and still others came from Tanzania. Boys and girls, we also said that others came from India and America. Okay, so most of the Zambian people are found along the line of rail. So let me check if at all someone has given me the answer as to why most of them are found along the line of rail. Okay. This one says, what has happened to the volume? Okay, so just ask my cameraman just to check on the volume. Okay. Okay, so this one says, what does the word Lovale mean? Where did this name Lovale originated from? Okay, so for this person who has sent Luvale. All right, so as for now, I'll leave it like that. Okay, so boys and girls, I said people of Zambia came from different places, and then we have also said that most of the Zambian people are found along the line of rail. Most of the Zambian people are found along the line of rail. The main reason why most of the Zambian people are found along the line of rail, boys and girls, business. It's because of business. Okay, so it's easier for farmers to take their goods or their crops from the farm to the market using the line of rail, using the railway line. It's easier for them to take their crops to the market using the railway line. Why? Because even the railway line itself, it's much cheaper. It's much cheaper for them to take the goods to the market. That's one of the reasons why most of the Zambian people are found along the line of rail. Okay, so boys and girls, you must also understand that along the line of rail, there are fertile soils. There are fertile soils, and most of the farmers are found there because of the fertile soils. Okay, so boys and girls, I've also said that most of them are found in Lusaka and the Copper Belt. You discover that the population of Zambia is mostly in Lusaka and the Copper Belt. Why in Lusaka and the Copper Belt? The reason why the population is bigger in Lusaka is because of industries and offices. It's because of industries and offices. People move from rural areas to urban areas in search for jobs. Okay, so they come to look for jobs in urban areas. So Lusaka is one of the densely populated areas. Why? Because people come here to look for jobs in Lusaka. And then when you talk of the Copper Belt, boys and girls, people migrate to the Copper Belt because of the mines which are there. Because of the mines which are there. So people go to the Copper Belt in search of what? In search of jobs. They go there to look for jobs in the mines. So that is the reason why we have got Lusaka, which is densely populated, and the Copper Belt province. So boys and girls, you must also understand that we have adopted English as our official language. We use English as our official language in Zambia. Okay, but we also have got other main languages. Okay, we have got about 6 of them. Okay, we have got Bemba, which is widely used in Lusaka and on the Copper copper belt, we also have got chewa. Okay, though for chewa, there's a mixture of, there is nyanja which is involved there, because in chewa you find there's senga and chewa itself, and the nyanja which is spoken in Lusaka. Then we also have got Lozi, Lunda, Kaonde, and Luvale. These are the 6 main tribes that we have. But boys and girls, you must also understand that we have got over 72 ethnic groups. We have got over 72 ethnic groups in Zambia. All right. So boys and girls, if you have got any questions, you can SMS me on 0970-703139. You can SMS me on 0970-703139. For those who want to be part and parcel of the GMF online classes, okay, they are on Facebook, so you can contact the lines on the screen and we'll be there to help you. All right. So boys and girls, if there are no questions, I hope I can wrap that side so that I can give you homework for your weekend. Okay, I can give you homework. So let me just wrap that side for you. All right, so this is our homework. Okay. Question 1 says, what is population density? Question 2 says, give one reason why Lusaka and Copper Belt provinces are densely populated. Okay. Number 3, where did the Luvale come from? Okay, where did the Luvale come from? All right, I'll give you the last one. Number 4. Okay. Number 4, name or write down 6 main languages in Zambia. Right, so boys and girls, those are the questions for you, okay, to answer during the weekend. When we come back in the next class, we'll be able to revise. So the first question says, what is population density? Number 2, give one reason why Lusaka and Copper Belt are densely populated. Number 3, where did the Luvale come from? Number 4, write 6 main languages in Zambia. Okay, write 6 main languages in Zambia. Those are the questions for you. Right, I'll give you about 40 seconds for you to copy the work. Okay. All right, I've received an SMS saying this is Gift Sakala Kalingalinga. So Gift, we are supposed to send a question if at all you have got a question or a comment. All right, so I needed a question from you, Gift, but thank you so much for the SMS. I appreciate. All right, so the other one says, Sir, I'm sorry to bother you, but I didn't understand anything when you were explaining about culture. All right. I'm sorry to bother you, but I didn't understand anything when explaining about culture. All right, so let me go back a little bit. Okay, let me go back a little bit on culture. I hope you are following. Okay, so about culture, I said the Luvale people believe in an ancient traditional god of creation and supreme power called Kalunga. Okay, the Luvale recognize an ancient traditional god of creation and supreme power called Kalunga. So boys and girls, you must understand that the Luvale people recognize a supreme god called Kalunga. Kalunga is the name for God for the Luvale people. They believe that Kalunga has got power above every other god. Okay, they believe that Kalunga has got power above every other god. Just like yesterday, boys and girls, we said the Tonga people believe in a god called Nyami Nyami who comes from the Zambezi River. Even the Luvales, they believe in a god called Kalunga. Okay, so the god Kalunga is always around and sees everything. They believe that Kalunga is always around and sees everything. He is seen as the god of the sky and rules over the spirits of both the living and the dead. So to the Luvales, Kalunga is seen as the god of the skies and rules over the spirits of the living and the dead. They worship Kalunga who blesses the good and punishes the bad. So boys and girls, you must understand that for the Luvales, Kalunga blesses the good. Once someone does something good, Kalunga blesses that person. If someone does something bad, Kalunga punishes that person. So it is believed that maybe something bad happens to that person, or maybe they fall under a curse in such ways. Okay, so they believe in a god called Kalunga. So that is the culture for the Luvale speaking people. I hope I have answered your question. I hope I have answered your question. All right, so boys and girls, if you have got any questions, you can SMS on 0970703139. Okay, so you must understand that our GMF online classes are on Facebook. So you must be part and parcel of those classes by contacting the lines that are on your screen. Okay, so if you are within Lusaka, you can be part and parcel of Goca, okay, that is a Gospel Outreach Christian Academy, or you can be part of Fountain Gate in Chongwe or Mubuyu in Siavonga. Okay, you enroll with us and you'll be most welcome. All right, so boys and girls, for today's lesson, it has been Mr. Darius Daka. Until we meet again next time for another exciting class, it's goodbye and God bless you.
Examples of crops that grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Look at algebraic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Look at algebraic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Look at the algebraic expression.
Good after class. And these are example crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Look at the algebraic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Look at the algebraic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Look at the algebraic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Look at the algebraic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Look at the algebraic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Look at the algebraic expression.
afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Look at the algebraic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Look at the algebraic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Look at the algebraic expression.
Good afternoon, class. Welcome to this lesson, grade 6 class, with me, Teacher Annie, or you can call me Mrs. Annie Kantoma. Okay, boys and girls, if you've got any questions, you should SMS me on this line, 0970-703-139. Just have to SMS, don't call. You just understand that you have got GMF online classes which are running on Facebook for grade 8, 10, and 11. So if you want part and parcel of the online classes, you should SMS on the number screen on the screen. Okay, boys and girls, today in English grammar, we're going to look at question tags. Before we go to today's lesson, boys and girls, let us first revise on the previous lesson that we had in English with me. Okay, last time in English, boys and girls, we looked at conjunctions. And I said conjunctions are words which are used to, these are words that join sentences together. Conjunctions are words that join sentences together, or I said link the sentences together. And you looked at some of the common conjunctions. We looked at and, or, are. We looked at 3 common conjunctions, boys and girls. So you looked at and, we looked at o, we also looked at are. And I said we use and to link words that are similar. I said we use the word and to link the words that are similar. And I gave you some of the examples on how to use and. Example, I said we like fruit and vegetables at the grocery shop. We like fruits and vegetables at the grocery store. If you look at fruits and vegetables, they are similar because I've said this one use the word which are similar. So I said we like fruits and vegetables at the grocery store. So if you look at vegetables and fruit, they are similar. The other example that I gave you, boys and girls, was the president visited towns and cities across the country. The president visited towns and cities across the country. Okay, boys and girls, we also looked at how do we use as another conjunction that you looked at last time that we had English with me. And I said we use but we looked at but. And I say we use but to link words that are different. We use but to link the words that are different and do not normally go together. For example, He works quickly but neatly. He works quickly but neatly. So if you look at quickly and neatly, they don't normally go together. Okay, the other example that I gave you, boys and girls, was the teacher is firm but fair with the children. The teacher is firm but fair with the children. Okay, we also looked at how to use or. And I said we use or. We use or to talk about choices. We use or to talk about choices. For example, do you turn right or left? So it will be a choice to choose if you're going to turn right or left. The other example that I gave you was, who is cooking the dinner? Who is cooking the dinner? Mom and or dad. So between mom and dad, one is going to prepare the dinner. Okay, boys and girls, I also gave you homework. And I hope you did the homework that I gave you. The homework was you were supposed to complete the sentence by adding and, but, or. And the first question was, Mrs. Banda is tall dash slim. Mrs. Banda is tall dash slim. So the answer was Mrs. Banda is tall and slim. Number 2, the question was, learning geography is hard dash interesting. Learning geography is hard dash interesting. The answer was but. Learning geography is bad but interesting. I don't like football dash soccer. I don't like football dash soccer. So the answer was I don't like football. I don't like football and soccer. The fourth question was, these tools are odd dash still useful. These tools are odd dash still useful. So the answer was, these tools are odd but still useful. The other question that I gave you was, I didn't know whether to turn left. So the answer there was oh. I didn't know whether to turn left or right. So boys and girls, if I've got any question, you can SMS me on this number 0970703139. Just have to SMS, don't call. Okay, boys and girls, today with me, you're looking at question tags. So if I may ask a question, boys and girls, what does this word mean? Question tags. So boys and girls, sometimes people finish what they are saying with a short question. Sometimes people finish what they are saying with a short question. So if I may ask, why do they do so? Sometimes people finish talking with a short question. Why do they do this? It's because they want to know if the person they are speaking to agrees with them. It's because they want to know if the person they're speaking with agrees with them. This short question is called a question tag. So this short question is called a question tag. So I've said sometimes people finish what they're saying with a short question. Sometimes people finish what they're saying with a short question. Why do they do this? Why do they do this, boys and girls? Because they want to know if the person they're speaking to agrees with them. They want to know if the person they're speaking with agrees with them. And this question is called a question tag. It's all that we're looking at today. Question tag. So I've said that sometimes people finish something. Sometimes people finish what they are saying with a short question. So boys and girls, I'm saying sometimes people finish what they are saying with a short question. Why do they do this? Why do they do this? Because they want the person they're speaking to agree with the person that they're speaking with. This is called a question tag. It's what we're looking at today. So once you look at question tags, how do we use a question tag? How do do we use a question tag? So I'm saying if the many part of the sentence is positive, the question tag will be negative. If the many part of the sentence is positive, the question tag will be negative. So I'm saying, boys and girls, I'm saying if the many part of the if the many part of the question is positive, the question tag will be negative. Okay, so boys and girls, I'm saying if the many part of the question is positive, if the many part of the question is positive, the question tag will be negative. What do I mean by this? So if the main part of the sentence is question is positive, the question tag will be negative. So if the main part of the sentence is positive, the question tag will be negative. So if the main part of the sentence is positive, the question tag will be negative. For example, boys and girls. For example, examples on how you can use the question tag if the main part of the sentence is positive. If the main part of the sentence is positive. For example, the example that I can give you.
Okay, I'm going to bed now.
And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and livestock.
Look at our geographic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Look at our geographic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Look at our geographic expression.
boys and girls, we're looking at question tags. We're looking at question tags, and I said if the many part of the sentence is positive, the question tag will be negative. If the many part of the sentence is positive, the question tag will be negative. So I've given you this example. The weather is lovely today. The weather is lovely today. So if you look at this, the many part of this is positive. The weather today is lovely. The weather today is lovely. So the question tag on this one, it will be a negative. The question tag will be negative. The weather today is lovely. So the question tag here, boys and girls, it will be, isn't it? Put a question mark at the end. So say the weather is lovely today. Someone, these are just words spoken by someone. The weather is lovely today, and the main part of this sentence is positive. The weather is lovely today. Isn't it? Isn't it? Let me give you another example on how to, when we are talking about positive. For example, Tom is older than you. Boys and girls, I've got another question there on the board. Tom is older than you. Tom is older than you. What will be our question tag? What will be our question tag? So boys and girls, if you know the question tag for this one, SMS me on this number 0970703139. Tom is older than you. Tom is older than you. So if you look at this sentence, the many part is positive. The many part is positive. And remember, if the many part is positive, the question tag will be negative. The question tag will be negative. Tom is older than you. So here the question tag, boys and girls, it will be and the question mark at the end. Tom is older than you. Know that Tom is he. Remember I've said, isn't he? If here there was Mary, the answer, the question tag would be, isn't she? But here talking about the boy. Tom is older than you. Isn't he? Isn't he? I hope, boys and girls, you're following what we're doing today. Question tag. The weather is lovely today. And remember, this one you should always remember. When the main part of the sentence is positive, the question tag will be negative. The weather is lovely today. Isn't it? Tom is older than you. Isn't he? The reason I've said isn't he, because Tom is a boy. If there was Mary, the answer would be, isn't she? Okay, let me give you another example on how to, when the sentence is positive. For example, the other one is Anna and I can go by train. Anna and I can go by train. I've got another one, boys and girls. Anna and I can go by train. So even this one, the main part is positive. Anna and I can go by train. So what will be our question tags, boys and girls? What will be our question tags, boys and girls? Anna and I can go by train. Anna and I can go by train. What will be our question tag, boys and girls? So our question tag here to be, can't we? Anna and I can go by train. Anna and I can go by train. Can't we? The reason I've said can't we, because there are two. Anna and I. We're saying Anna and I can go by train. Can't we? Can't we? Okay, let me give you the other example where the main part of the sentence is positive. For example, Peter and David. The other example that I can give you, Peter and David should leave now. Okay, boys and girls, this one I want the answer to come from you. I want this lesson to be interesting. I also want you to be participating. So this one I'll leave it like this. I need an answer. So you should SMS me on 0970703139. The answer to this one. Peter and David should leave now. What will be the question tag? So this one I'll leave it like this. The answer should come from you. I want this lesson to be interesting. Should be participating. I want to see if you have been following on question tags. And remember, I've said the main part of the sentence is positive. So all these, the main part is positive. Now we want to look at something else. We want to look at something else, boys and girls. So here looking at it, when the main sentence is positive, the question tag will be negative. Again, boys and girls, the main part of the sentence has I am. For example, this one I'm saying is the main part. The main part of the sentence, if the main part of the sentence has I am, so if the main part of the sentence has got I am in it, so if the main sentence has got I am in it, so boys and girls, you should also understand that if the main part of the sentence has I am in it, the main part of the sentence has got I am in it, you use aren't in the question tag. You use aren't in the question So what do I mean by this, boys and girls? If the main part of the sentence has got this in it, I am in it, use aren't in the question tag. So if you've got the main part has I am in it, we use aren't in the question tag. Let me give you examples on this one. If the main part of the sentence has got I am, we use aren't in it. For example, I am your best friend. I'm your best friend. So let's look at that example on the board on how to, the main part of the sentence has got I am in it. I am your best friend. So what would be our question tag there, boys and girls? I am your best friend. Your best friend. What would be our question tag? Remember, I've said it has got I am in it, you use aren't in the question tag. So this one, the answer will be so the question tag, that one it will be Aren't I am your best friend. Someone say, I am your best friend. So the question tag here to be, aren't I? Let me give you the other example on how to use I am. For example, I'm taller than you. I'm taller than you. I'm taller than you. What will be our question tag there, boys and girls? I'm taller than you. What will be our question tag? So even this one, I want you to give me the question tag here. I want you to give me the question tag there. I am taller than you. So I've got two pending. We've got this one and that one where we have got it. If the main sentence is positive, the question tag will be negative. This one, if the main part of the sentence has I am in it, we use aren't in the question tag. And I've given you the example. Am I your best friend? Aren't I? How about another one? I'm taller than you. What will be our question tag there, boys and girls? So, should SMS me on this number, boys and girls, 0970-703139. Okay, let's look at something else. Here we looked at if the main part of the sentence is positive. What if the main part of the sentence is negative? If the main part of the sentence is negative, boys and girls, the question tag will be positive. If the main part of the sentence is negative, the question tag will be positive. So I'm saying, boys and girls, if the many part of the sentence, if the main part of the sentence is negative, the question tag will be positive. Okay, boys and girls, so I'm saying if the main part of the sentence is negative, the question tag will be positive. The main part of the sentence is negative, the question tag will be positive. What do I mean by this? Let me give you some of the examples so that you understand what I mean by this. What I mean by when the main part of what is negative, the question tag will be positive. What do I mean by this, boys and girls? For example, let me give you some of the examples. Example number 1, these questions aren't very difficult. These questions aren't very difficult. What will be our question tag? What will be our question tag? Boys and girls, what will be our question tag here? These questions aren't very difficult. These questions aren't very difficult. So if you look at the main part of the sentence is negative, aren't. So the question tag will be positive. The question tag will be positive and the question tag will be, are they? We will put a question mark at the end. Are they? These questions aren't very difficult. So the main part of this sentence is negative. The questions aren't very difficult. Are they? So the many part of this is negative, RN, negative. So the question tag will be positive. I hope you have copied this so that I give you other examples on this. I hope you have copied these in your books. Okay, let's go to example 2. When the main part of the sentence is negative, the question tag will be positive. For example, you haven't read this book. Example 2, you Okay, boys and girls, let's look at the other example on the board. You haven't read this book. You haven't read this book. So if you look at this sentence, the main part is negative. This part is negative. You haven't read this book. So boys and girls, the question tag here will be positive. The question tag here will be positive. You can tell me the question tag for this sentence. Let me just check if we've got SMSs. Okay, this one has got it correct. Shouldn't they? That one that I gave you, Peter and David should leave now. Yes, the question tag there was shouldn't. Should they? No, shouldn't, but should they? Shouldn't they? Correct. Okay, so here I've got you haven't read this book. So the main part here is negative. So the question tag, boys and girls, will be positive. So the question tag here will be have you. Question tag here will be have you. So the question tag here will be have you. I want to say thank you to this one who has given me the answer for that one which you needed the shouldn't they. Yes, that's a correct answer. That one that I gave right was saying Peter and David should leave now. The question tag there was shouldn't they, because the main part there is positive. Okay, so you haven't read this book, have you? Okay, let me give you the other example. The main part of the sentence is negative. Peter isn't as tall as I am. Okay, boys and girls, let's look at the other example on the board. Peter isn't as tall as I am. Peter isn't as tall as I am. So if you look at this sentence, boys and girls, the main part of this sentence is negative. This part, Peter isn't as tall as I am. So the question tag there, boys and girls, will be negative. What will be our question tag on this question? There's a question on the board. Peter isn't as tall as I am. So this one needs a question tag. Peter isn't as tall as I am. So the main part is negative. The question tag will be positive. This one to be is he? Put a question mark at the end because it's a question. Peter isn't as tall as I am, isn't he? The reason I've said isn't he, if you look at this, Peter is he. If there was a girl's name, for example, Jane or what, doesn't the answer, the question tag would have been is she, but Peter is he. So now I've put is he. Peter isn't as tall as I am. The main part is negative, so the question tag will be positive. I hope you are following, boys and girls. For any questions, you should SMS me on this line 0970-703139, and I hope you are following what I've been explaining. Okay, let me give you the fourth example. Let me give you the fourth example. For example, she isn't yet. She isn't 8 yet. She isn't 8 yet. She isn't 8 yet. So this person isn't 8 yet. She hasn't turned 8. So the many part here is negative, boys and girls. The many part here is negative. She isn't 8 yet. So our question tag will be positive. Our question tag will be positive. What will be our question tag, boys and girls? On this one, she isn't 8 yet. She isn't 8 yet. So our question tag here to be is she. We can't put is he because they've already said she isn't 8 yet, meaning this person is a girl. She isn't 8 yet. Is she? Is she? Okay, let me give you the other example. This one I'll need the answer from you. I want you to participate. Okay, there aren't any emails for me. There aren't any emails for me. So what would be our question tag, boys and girls? So SMS me the question tag for this question on 0970703139. I want you to participate. There aren't any emails for me. So this one I'm still waiting for the answer. I am taller than you. Let me just check if someone has given me the answer for this one, which is on the board. Okay, someone has given me the answer from Chileshe. The answer for question 2, I am taller than you. And she has given me aren't I, which is correct. Aren't I? Okay, she has also given me the answer for this one. There weren't any emails for me. Yes, the answer is where there aren't any emails for me. The answer was where they. The question tag. This one, the answer here was I, which someone has given me. Okay, this is good. It's good that you are participating. Okay, so we are looking at the many part of the sentence is negative. The question tag will be positive, boys and girls. And I've given you these questions aren't very difficult. Question tag, are they? The other example that I gave you, boys and girls, you haven't read this book, have you? The main part is negative. Peter isn't as tall as I am. Is he? She isn't 8 yet. Is she? There weren't any emails from me. Were they? Okay, and I've said, on this one I've said, don't forget this, boys and girls. The main part of the sentence has got this, I am. Meaning the question tag you use aren't it in the question tag. And I've given you these 2 examples. I'm your best friend. Aren't I? I am taller than you. Aren't I? Okay, let me just give you homework for your weekend. I hope you have copied this in your book. So if you've got any question, boys and girls, SMS me on this number 0970703139. For any questions, SMS me on 0970703139. You also understand that I've got GMF online classes which are running, which is Mubuyu for Mubuyu, Fountain Gate and Goca for grade 8, 10 and 11. So if you want to be part and parcel of the learning, you should contact on the lines which are scrolling on the screen. They'll be able to advise. Okay, let me just give you homework, boys and girls, for your weekend. Homework. We just give you homework for your weekend. Add question tag to the following sentences. So the question that I'm going to give you, you'll be adding in question tags, what you have been doing today. So question number 1 is, they are lucky. So you should be able to identify if the main part is positive. Don't forget the rules of question tags. At the end, we put a question mark there. The second question is you were reading. The third question, boys and girls, so the first question reads, they are lucky. They are lucky. So you should do add the question tag for that one. You were reading, add the question tag for that one. I am younger than you, you add the question tag for that one. The fourth question is, she hasn't eaten breakfast yet. She hasn't eaten breakfast yet. I hope you are copying this homework, because the next time that we meet, we'll first discuss the answers. So it's important for you to copy the homework. The last question, boys and girls, I'm going to give you is, he doesn't want to come. He doesn't want to come with us. Add the question tag there, boys and girls. Okay, so that's homework for you, boys and girls, for your weekend. Add question tag to the following sentences. The first question reads, they are lucky. Question number 2, you were reading. Question number 3, I am younger than you. 4, she hasn't eaten breakfast yet. The last one reads, he doesn't want to come with us. So remember, if the main part of the sentence is negative, the question tag is positive. The main part of the sentence is positive, the question tag will be negative. And if the main part of the sentence is negative, the question tag is positive. positive, and if the many parts has got IM in it, we use aren't. Okay, so that's homework for you. I'll give you time to copy. Let me just check if there are any SMSs which have just come. So if you've got any question, boys and girls, SMS on 0970-703139. 0970-703139. I hope you have copied today's homework for your weekend, because the next time that we're going to meet, we'll first discuss the answers to these questions. So you can try this at home during your weekend. You should add the question tags to the following sentences. You should add the question tags to the following sentences. So if you've got any question, contact me on 0970-703139. For any question, SMS 0970-703139. If you don't have any question, today, boys and girls, we looked at question tags. We looked at question tags and we discussed if the question, the main part of the question is negative, the question tag will be positive. And I also said if the main part of the question sentence is negative, the question tag will be positive. And I gave you examples on how to go about this, and I gave you examples on how to go about it, and I've given you homework for your weekend. I hope everyone has copied this. If there are no questions, let me just check if there are any SMSs. So I'm just saying I don't understand, so you should write what you can't understand. Don't just say, I said I don't understand. So I want to know what you can't understand. Better you write where you are not clear, so that I will be able to explain. You should just SMS, don't call. Just say I don't understand. It's better you tell me where you didn't understand. I'll be able to explain. So if there are no any questions, boys and girls, you have been with me, Mrs. Annie Kantoma. Until we meet again, God bless you.